What's your response to this contract? I guess it could be worth about $7 billion eventually for Boeing and for SpaceX to relaunch the domestic space industry.
Look, this is a great day. I mean, it's a little bit like your birthday because we knew the announcement was coming one of these days. We didn't know when, but the critical piece of information is that they made awards to two different companies, and that's important because it preserves a very important element of this, which is competition. NASA is in the process of making access to space a domestic capability again. And they're doing it by wisely choosing two different companies so we can keep control of cost and schedule, as well as having some operational redundancy if there's a problem with one or the other vehicles.
Dale Ketchum, what is Space Florida?
We're a special district of the state of Florida, not unlike an airport authority or a seaport authority. We own a lot of the, like the Atlas V launch site that will be the vehicle for putting the Boeing capsule on into orbit is actually owned by the state and leased by Lockheed Martin.
And I wonder if you could tell us a little bit about, obviously, your reaction to this news. This will mean what? Increased launches from the Space Center.
Absolutely. It's a great day for Florida because they'll all launch from here. Michael was very correct in saying that this is great for everybody because we do keep the competition. It keeps the commercial and commercial crew. There was some congressional pressure to down select to one, but we all know what happens when there's only one contractor providing a service to the government. So this is going to be really good. I think the only person who loses in this is Vladimir Putin, and that's not a bad day.
Well, Michael, go ahead. Your turn. Explain why Dale says Vladimir Putin, president of Russia, this has to do with the actual rockets that are currently being used. Give everybody the detail.
Right. So as you pointed out in the open, right now our astronauts can only get to the ISS traveling on a Russian rocket. And I did that. It's a very safe and reliable vehicle. But the fact is, it's not American. And every once in a while, we have these little geopolitical crises that pop up, like we have now over Ukraine. And, you know, you could see an eventuality where our space program becomes hostage to that, and that's something that nobody wants. So what this will allow us to do is return that capability to U.S. companies launching U.S. astronauts from U.S. soil, and that's a win for everybody. I think we will continue to use the Soyuz. That's the name of the Russian vehicle that we use. We'll probably send some Russians and some Americans on each type of vehicle to preserve redundancy. But it's a very important step, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this all plays out in the next couple of years until 2017, when hopefully we'll have the first launch.
Michael, I'm wondering if you could just comment on SpaceX and its position in not only the commercial launch business, but also, as we're just learning today, the NASA launch business.
Well, they have been an extremely disruptive force, really attacking prices, and they've been able to do that by employing, modern design techniques, modern manufacturing techniques, having a very vertical integration structure where they basically bring sheet metal and very small parts in one end of a building, and rockets and capsules come out the other end. So when you do that, you can really control costs and schedule and production, and so their prices are really sort of shaking up the commercial launch industry, just as you stated.